So that was one attraction, but then the other attraction we have to talk about is this insane show. I think it's just called,
maybe one of the greatest things I've ever.
I think it was the greatest thing I've ever
seen.
experienced in my life. I think it's just called Robot Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Robot
That's all you need.
This thing is it's modeled pretty much after like a medieval times here in USA, where like you sit down on kind of aisle seats, one side
like bleachers,
bleachers,
yeah,
and you're fed and you watch a show.
And by fed, we mean you get some what I could only describe as sushi jerky.
No, it was lovely.
It was
Matt.
like
it was lovely. It was a little box. It was sushi. I was in Japan.
But it didn't matter. That the food you don't come for.
It was
food.
fine.
Yeah,
I chewed on it for a while.
I thought it was
enjoyed
great.
the festivities.
I thought it was great. I loved
what
it.
this show? It's like this maybe hour and a half show of. I don't even know how to describe. How do you describe, Matt? How do you describe it?
Well, so there is this. There's bleachers on each side. There's this big pathway. On the wall in front of you, there's all these images of sort of describing what the story is of each little sort of robot vignette.
Like mythology of this
and you don't really, you can't understand entirely because it's not all English, but you get the general idea.
Yeah.
And so one of them was that there's a robot alien race that comes and conquers this planet that has...
dinosaurs.
It has underwater creatures.
Oh, the underwater creatures.
And then there are the surface creatures, and they band together against the robots.
Yeah.
And they have this battle, and then you see the battle, and that's the real show. That's the live show. So there's like this weird Terminator robot with this hot alien girl riding it.
Yeah.
And
these girls
doing battle with a panda.
Yeah, and these girls come out with these drums, and then there's this rock music. There's techno music. It's loud. It's flashy. There's all these lasers.
Yeah.
There's
like
smoke.
15 beautiful Japanese girls who are
all committed completely
all
to the
totally
performance.
committed and playing the drums. It's like imagine 17 hot, cute little Keith Moons just going to town on these drums.
But then these robots are like actual physical, like 15-foot tall robots.
Yeah,
like,
there are guys with remote controls working these.
Sort of like puppets.
And they're right in front of your face. I mean, the first aisle that the bleachers, they come right over their heads.
Yeah.
And there's robots, and they're shooting lasers and fire and guns.
And there's so many lights between the robots and the video screens that it's like sitting in the middle of a fireworks.
It's like sensory overlay. It's like somebody opened up our 15-year-old boy mind, just grabbed the like.
It really was that.
It really was. It was insane.
And what was so great is there's a little show, then another little show, and then another little show, and it gets you so excited. The big finale, they've got this techno music that's pumping, and then all of a sudden they go out and they give everybody these big light sticks, remember? And you're like shaking. There was a moment I videotaped a little bit of it, and then I look over at Matt, and we're shaking the stick, and I'm all,
Yeah. There are a number of times where we all look to each other and are like, this is the happiest I've ever been.
This is the greatest thing, and it's like, whoa, where have I been all my life?
What have I been doing with my life?
I've been wasting away.
I should have lived here at the robot restaurant.
It really is hard to describe.
There's the places that pilgrimage to get to as well. Just about everything in Japan. You got to find out where it is. You got to make reservations, which aren't always
There are
available.
3 different stops to get the tickets alone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You got to go to one place, and they would tell you to go to this other place, and that's where you buy the ticket.
No, you got to make the reservation, man.
That's right.
And here's the thing. Originally, guys, just for our listeners out there, this thing you think, oh, well, it's some little show. We can make. No. You got to get this in advance because we couldn't go the night that we wanted to go. We had to get it for like a couple nights in advance.
Very popular.
And we couldn't go to the evening show. We had to go to the 4 o'clock show. Remember that?
That's right. Yeah.
And then you go down about 9 flights of steps.
Yeah.
It's like in the bowels of the earth.
Underground. Yeah. It's like it puts every Vegas show you've ever seen to shame.
It really
does.
It really does.
And Moulin Rouge as well.
Yeah, it's so great, and really, you have to check this thing out if you go to Japan.
If I ever go back to Japan, I definitely want to check out the Robot Restaurant again.